Thank you for checking out the Rogue Patriot on YouTube. Let me go ahead and get this out of the way before I get put into a category with a bunch of people I'm going to be trashing throughout the duration of this show. So the show is called the Rogue Patriot because the people that are currently called patriots in this country are actually everything but. The term patriot should not be reserved for far-right anti-intellectual militia groups that scream and bitch about taxes louder than everybody else. That's not what being a patriot is about. No party is the Patriot Party. No party loves the country more than another party. If you think that, you're buying into the lie. So this show is going to be a news show. It's going to be talking about classical American values, modern humanitarianism, how they meet in the middle, and how bad politicians are at actually doing their job. So I don't want this to be just like a political bashing show. You'll find that it's really difficult to put me into a partisan box because I don't have a party. I'm one of the millions of people that are disenfranchised by the current political system because I can't have two different opinions and be represented in Congress. For example, if you are both pro-Second Amendment and pro-choice, you have no representation. You have no representation in Congress or in the presidency unless you split your votes going 50% this way, 50% this way, and then hope for the best, which is ridiculous. It's not how a representative democracy is supposed to work. But they're telling you that it is. And they're telling you that you have to pick a side. And they're telling you that if you love the country and if you want to be patriotic, you can only be a member of one party in particular. And that's ridiculous. Patriotism doesn't have a party. And frankly, anybody who would rather be in another country, or these people saying, I'd rather be Russian than Democrat, you know what? You're all fucking treasonous assholes. And the Insurrection Act should be invoked to shut you up. Now, do I really feel that way? No. But it pisses me off. Obviously, I believe in the right to freedom of expression. Honestly, I believe in pretty much all the constitutional values. And as they are merged with modern humanitarianism, that's an important point. Was the country founded largely to give wealthy white male landowners a voice in their government? Yeah, it was. It was. And there's no point in denying that and running from it, because the ideas that they had, if you apply our modern views on equality, they're great ideas. It turns into great ideas. So, for example, all men created equal turns into all people created equal. All men have certain God-given unalienable birthrights. Okay, well, that turns into all people have certain unalienable God-given birthrights. The United States of America was the first country to have these ideas and implement them at scale. And these ideas are responsible for the country's tremendous success, tremendous economic success in the shortest amount of time that the world has ever seen. So we're going to talk about all kinds of things. We're going to talk about how there's no party of freedom. There's no such thing as the Freedom Party. We're going to talk about different issues. For example, the civil unrest due to racial inequality and police brutality. We're going to talk about governmental issues like the Department of Justice just deciding that they're going to represent Trump in a personal lawsuit. This is going to be fun. We're going to have some discussions, some guests. You can see second mic over here. And some of it's just going to be me bitching and screwing up my words like I frequently do. But what you're not going to find is just blatant partisanship, blatant political lines. You're not going to hear me repeating stupid talking points that you hear on Tucker Carlson or Rachel Maddow. You're going to hear me lighting those people up, frankly, because they're not helping the country. They're not helping these debates by being profoundly one-sided and also profoundly opportunist in their goals, okay? Tucker Carlson is a modern-day Bill O'Reilly. They're on one side no matter what. And they're going to tell you, look, actually, the far right hates me. The far left hates me. I'm a straight shooter. I tell it how I see them. And it just happens all my opinions fit into one party. Bullshit. Bullshit. If you are a thinking person, every thought that you have, every opinion you have on an issue is not going to magically fall into one party's line. I don't care if you're conservative. I don't care if you're liberal. Republicans and Democrats both do things that are profoundly not their starting ideologies. Happens all the time. For example, the Republicans tout frequently that they are the party of freedom, that they're the party of patriots. But they're also the most pro-police party, the most blue line party. And who takes your freedoms away first? The police. Democrats always talk about being the party of equality and the party of democracy and the party of racial harmony. But frequently, their talking heads give points that are as divisive as on the right. And there's 1,000 different examples of this. So don't give me this, well, I'm this way, sort of, and so everything just happens to be this. I just feel like they're just doing a great job. And, Mitch McConnell, he just represents me so well. Or, oh, Nancy Pelosi just represents me so well. No, get the fuck out of here. You're not thinking. You're not thinking if you say that or if you feel that way. What's happening is you're being served a platter of opinions from wherever your gas pump news source is, and you're just rolling with it. So it's going to be a lot of different things that we talk about. Some things you're going to agree with me on. Some things you're not. That's okay. We can disagree. It's fine. The point of this show is that our disagreements are what make us patriots. Being okay with our disagreements. This country was started in an unbelievable amount of political unrest. And the first presidents didn't think that it was going to last the test of time at all. And by the test of time, I mean like 20, 30 years, not 200, 300 years. They didn't think it was going to last. There were political factions that were fighting in the streets. There were all kinds of riots, protests, demonstrations, a lot of very strong opinions, and we made it through. Our disagreements here and our ability to settle them is what makes us great. And also, not blindly following a human being thinking that they are the sole guardian of our freedoms, values, and ideals. So, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to flip out. I might throw stuff sometimes. I might get angry. It happens. Things are frustrating. I might laugh inappropriately. That also happens. But anyway, enough about me. We're going to have all kinds of issues coming up. We're going to do some videos. Also, the show will be on all the general podcast sources. We're going to have shows that, all the podcast shows, rather, are going to be posted on YouTube as well. Most of those will not be filmed. Some of them will, excuse me. But anyway, thank you for listening. Always comment. Please subscribe and click the little notification bell when you subscribe. Subscribe to the podcast. You can email me at the Rogue Patriot podcast @gmail.com. If you have any topics, theories, ideas, anything you want to vet out, send it in. We'll have some fun with it. Thank you for watching and keep paying attention.